All right, Double Down and Nothing Productions, you know what it is. We got CashhX P here in the building.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
So we've been hearing your music, man, and checking out your videos, and I've been seeing you've been doing a lot of numbers and stuff. You got a couple of songs out. I was listening to, I believe it was Change It Up. That just came out. So before getting into the music, I wanted to ask you about your upbringing, where you come from, and things like that. So where are you from? Los Angeles?
Yeah, type shit. Los Angeles. I grew up in Hacienda Heights. It's like outside of Los Angeles. Back and forth and shit, all over the place. Basically, California is shit. That's the state where I'm from. Honestly, I don't really rep nothing, but I'm from LA. Shit, y'all seen the video on Change It Up with Street I was on, 41st and LaSalle's, where I kind of grew up with my dad. My mom, she stayed out in the suburbs. So it's like best of both worlds shit. I was 50-50 with the shit. I went to a good school and shit, but I ain't finished. But type shit, it was kind of hard living in the suburbs too, because it's like you got different colors everywhere. It was Mexicans, it was white people, it was Chinese people, Asians, Japanese, Koreans, all over. So it wasn't a lot of black people where my mama and them was at, but whole time it was just like I did my thing. I did my dirt. I did all type of stuff growing up. Shit, going to living in LA, gang banging or whatever, or trying to gang bang and shit. Being from somewhere ain't even know, it's not even an affiliation, nigga. You grow up into some shit. You grow up into some shit. You wouldn't even know it. I got family right now that don't even know like they uncles is who they uncles is, and shit, my dad's a gang member and all type of shit, and just being around everything, getting regular school to no school, being in the hood to not being in the hood. It's hard. I done been through some shit, hit by cars, stabbed, fights, shootouts, all type of shit. But I reflect some of it in my music. More of it gonna come.
Okay, so let's talk about, you talked about stabbings, getting shot. So was that when you were in Los Angeles, or did those things happen when you moved out with your mom? And
Moms,
which one
in
came
between,
first?
in between, and I ain't get shot. I was doing shoot, but stabbings and shit. That was when I was young, 15, 16, running with the homies. We started cliques. I done had cliques, tag crews, all type of shit. I did it all. Party crews, all type of shit. Just running fades with niggas. Nigga, if the homies ever, needed my help, I was always right there. But that stabbing, that shit was crazy. I didn't know I got stabbed, but we was beating on some asses. We was beating a few niggas up. Some old shit. You know how beef is, nigga. Old beef with other niggas, and niggas don't never let shit go. People don't never let an ass whooping go. Just some shit, nigga. Just, holding it down for the homies, nigga. And I got stabbed in the middle of it and shit, but I survived the shit. And
was that for that stabbing? Do you think that was a moment where you kind of sat back and looked back at the things you were doing, the lifestyle you were living, and decided to make some type of changes, or do you think that kind of made you?
No, that shit made me a little bit harder. Like, I don't know. People start dying and shit. Grandparents and shit during that time. So a nigga like built a wall. Nigga, I done experimented with everything, nigga. All type of shit, all type of people. Shit, smoking weed, drugs, all type of shit. I done it all, except like crack and shit. I don't fuck around and with all that other bullshit, but just after that stabbing shit, it was more like, fuck, I can't go to school right now. I can't even write, nigga. Like, my arm was fucked up. I ain't even have an arm. Like, my hand and shit was fucked up. It was locked up.
So you got stabbed in the arm?
Yeah, they fucked that shit up.
And how many times did they stab you?
I don't know. It probably was once. But it wasn't even like it was like a nigga was hollering and screaming. I didn't know I was stabbed. I didn't know I was stabbing until I jumped in the car. Nigga was bleeding and shit everywhere. I'm thinking it's somebody else's shit. It was mine, but that shit it made a nigga like it made a nigga focus on music because I was rapping at that time too, but not a lot.
Were you afraid at all at that time in your life of losing
Dying?
your life?
Hell no. Until later on. Like I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of dying now. Like back nigga when you young, you don't give a fuck about shit. When I was 16, 15, 14, 13, 12 and all that, I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't thinking about shit. You don't think about that kind of shit. Like, oh nigga, I could have literally died that night. But I wouldn't have knew it.
Yeah, you got a lot of people.
Yeah, I wouldn't have knew
imagine getting stabbed at,
Yeah.
especially at
a party
like
and
that.
shit. Some shit you invited to and like shit like that, nigga. I wish I could show you a picture. I had a picture like 10 minutes before I got stabbed. I took a little quick picture and shit. That shit was crazy. And then I got stabbed. Fighting niggas and shit. But they got their ass whooped, and I hope they see this interview.
And you said this was in Los Angeles, or this was?
This was in Hacienda Heights, nigga.